this is JD, your gadget review friend. We're continuing to review and compare devices, and you can check these updates on our Twitter community at Gadget Rev Now. Today we're continuing with our phone versus DSLR series. We have a worthy competitor. This is iPhone 13 versus DSLR. We're continuing with our photography series, phone versus camera, and today is a very interesting and timely battle. Every year when new phone comes out, the promise of DSLR-like photos and videos, and with all the hype that surrounds the iPhone 13, we will validate these claims to see if people can now replace a proper DSLR camera as their main shooter. We will use the Sony A5100 mirrorless with two lenses, the kit lens and the 50mm for portrait shots. The question we will answer today is, how good is iPhone 13? Hey, don't forget to subscribe, my friend. Let's go! Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. This is phone versus DSLR. This is the audio comparison of the proper camera versus iPhone 13, and you're hearing my voice on Sony A5100. Now let's switch to the iPhone 13. So this is now the iPhone 13. You hear the audio from the phone. We're also doing the cinematic video to replicate the background blur, which is better. On our first image comparison, we took a shot of the autumn leaves, and both looks amazing. On the left, iPhone 13 looks really good and saturated, while Sony A5100 has a natural colors and perfect gradual blur. It's a tie for me. Next, I took a shot of fruits and vegetables, and it looks identical. Great color reproduction on the yellows and the reds. The blur is just more defined on the Sony A5100, but all good. This is a tie for me. Next, I took a shot of our wall clock. iPhone 13 is applying a little bit of sharpness and also the warmer photo. Sony A5100 is spot on, it's natural looking and has a perfect white balance. Again, super close, maybe siding a little bit to the camera, but all good. It's a tie for me. Next, I took a shot of the radio in our studio plant. iPhone 13 manages the highlights better, as you can see on the drive leaves. I think the HDR is kicking in, while Sony A5100 clips the highlights a little bit. Again, super close, so it's a tie for me. Next, I took a shot of our living room, and you will notice right away that the image on the right came from a proper camera. The gradual blur on the wall and the sofa. iPhone 13 exposes the floors better, but again, nothing is wrong with both photos, just an observation, so it's a tie for me. Next, I took a shot of our Nikon camera. Normally, iPhone 13 is more saturated, but for some reason, the Sony A5100 captured the reds better, as you can see on the handle. Both photos are super sharp, so it's a tie for me. Okay, on this next photo, it won't be a tie. This goes to show that the proper camera is more versatile. Here I snapped the 50mm and there's no competition. It blurred the background while iPhone 13 is just sharp all the way. Sony A5100 is the winner here. Next is greens and sky. Again, it looks identical on a well-lit environment. It's almost the same look, just more saturated on iPhone 13, but Sony A5100 colors are already good. I don't think you will know which is which. I don't know how many ties we have today, but again, this is a tie for me. Next is portrait shot. On iPhone 13, this is all software processing. I think it also uses the wide angle lens to detect the depth, while Sony A5100 is lens dependent. I got the nifty 50. I should say that the cutout on iPhone 13 is really good, but I'm chubby and I don't know why. While on Sony A5100, that's a perfect skin tone, great contrast and gradual blur. I would say Sony A5100 is the winner here. Next is low light condition or night shot. Here you can see that iPhone 13 is sharper because it took 3 seconds to stitch multiple photos handheld. It uses HDR. While Sony A5100 is just dependent on the sensor size and how big the lens aperture is. We can make the shutter longer, but it requires a tripod so my hand won't be shaky. More work for Sony A5100, so iPhone 13 is the winner here. Next is another low light shot, but this time, half of the scene has enough light. Because Sony A5100 has a bigger sensor and iPhone 13 cannot copy that, it captures more light. You will notice that it actually provides more details on the darker area, so Sony A5100 is the winner here. If you're enjoying phone versus DSLR series, we're making more videos like this in the future. Please hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this. This is iPhone 13 versus Sony A5100 video test. We're checking the video stabilization and we're walking. And now we're running. We're holding both devices on the monopod, as you can see. We're walking again. And now we're running. We're also checking the autofocus. And the light variation. We're also checking the color saturation. These are the greens and the sky. We're also checking the flaring. We're also checking the portrait or video recording or vlogging test. Let me adjust the monopod. Here we go. This is the harsh light. This is against the light. So what is Gadget Rev Now's verdict? iPhone 13 or Sony A5100? To begin with, we're not making this video to say that phones are better than proper camera. I would say that there are some situations that only DSLR can get away with. But phones today, especially the iPhone 13, are super capable. iPhone 13 can replicate the portrait mode and the cinematic video, colors are more saturated, and has a great video stabilization and autofocus. While Sony A5100 or proper camera is more versatile depending on the shot you need, it also captures more light, better dynamic range, and has a great subject separation because of the bigger sensor. iPhone 13 might be limited because of the smaller sensor and just having 2 to 3 camera modules, but it's so much capable now and it even beats the proper camera on some situations. I believe that cameras are still the better choice, but mobile phones are the future of photography and videography, and we might be closer than we think. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. We're posting videos of gadget reviews, comparisons, photography gears, and tips. The goal of this channel is to review and compare devices as simple as possible, concise, and friendly. Don't forget to drop your comment, like, and share. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.